Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty. Right before you is 22-year-old Lauren Marie Dooley. Now, Lauren has been accused of doing something very sinful, dangerous, deadly, just outright murderous. See, I'm going to call Lauren the female Jeffrey Dahmer because I believe had she would have gotten away with this particular act, she would have continued on. Who knows how many victims she would have claimed. Now, this all happened and it all started with a date in which she met on Tinder. She met up with a 21-year-old black male who went to her place, thinking that it's going to be just a fun rendezvous with a white chick. I'm sure he's into interracial porn, like so many black guys are. They got to get that white chick fantasy. But this didn't turn out the way that he thought it would turn out. After a little sloppy toppy, things got a little kinkier, far more kinkier than what he could have ever imagined. See, Lauren Marie Dooley decided to take him into the bedroom, but before she did that, she duct taped his hands. So he's sitting up there thinking, okay, this is not something that I'm done before, but it's something I might kind of enjoy or get into. But it was just a bit more than what he could have ever imagined, or should I say, fantasized about. See, what happened is that the 21-year-old black man was not named, but Dooley choked and stabbed him before he could even escape after 5 hours in captivity. The investigation began around 5:45 p.m. after someone called 911. Basically, they stated that they heard someone yelling, and they were stating that because you cut me and you're going to kill me, which dispatchers relayed to the officers. And then at this particular time, police arrived at the street in which Lauren lives to find the victim naked in the parking lot, according to Colorado Springs affidavit. So basically, this is eerie because this is the same way in which they found 14-year-old Stantonopathy, the Jeffrey Dahmer victim, who the police tragically and so unfortunately returned to Dahmer, and Dahmer finished him off. But the black male in the Lauren Dooley case fared better, but I'm sure that he's going to have nightmares for years to come. But Dooley, who had blood smeared on her arms and hands according to the complaint, was arrested on the scene. And basically the victim, upon observation, officers noticed lacerations and bleeding from his left arm and noted he was actively backing away from the suspect, later identified as Lauren. So this was a sexual encounter that turned tragic. It could have been deadly, but no doubt this male victim who hooked up with Lauren is going to have nightmares for years to come. And I bet you he's going to think deeply and hard about hooking up with another white woman in that particular way. But I want to bring something to your attention with this particular case, because we're in the midst of this Netflix movie with Jeffrey Dahmer that had recently aired. And one of the complaints which I had about it was that I felt that it would produce copycats, that people who would want to emulate or do what Jeffrey did. Now, with Lauren Dooley, who knows how many victims she could have accumulated had she would not been stopped. Was this a copycat case? Did she watch Jeffrey Dahmer, the Netflix movie? Did she know about Jeffrey Dahmer apart from the movie? Who knows? But it's very odd and very strange that the circumstances are similar. But I'm going to give you my personal take on this. I believe that Lauren Dooley was a female serial killer in the making. And many of her victims would have easily been black men. And I say easily because black men are so turned on by interracial porn. Boy, I mean, it's almost like it's a rite of passage to be with a white woman. That they have to get that particular fix. And there has been many other cases where black men have met up with white women online. Remember the transvestite issue, I believe, in Dallas, where he found out that she was an actual male and he beat her to death? So this is something that is unfortunately kind of common among black men, going out there, meeting up with white women to get some type of fantasy fix. But before I go on, I want to show you something else.
So where'd you move here from anyway? Eastern Shore. Try that.
Okay, that was a Netflix movie that is coming out called Bones. And this is about cannibalistic behavior, about a group of people, family I guess, who loves eating and who has to consume human flesh. Jeffrey Dahmer consumed human flesh. Why are they releasing these movies in 2022? I have told you guys that you have to be very careful and be very aware of Hollywood and how things are released, because many a times there is an agenda there. Things are not just released for your entertainment. Things are released to sway the mind, to get you to think and behave in a certain way. The movie industry has always operated in this particular manner, to put subliminal messages out there to the public, to get them to do certain things. Why are they releasing a movie called Bones and a Jeffrey Dahmer, cannibalistic behavior, when we have just come out of a pandemic that lasted for like 2 years? And I say that because many of us in society are not in the proper state of mind. There are many people out there who need therapy. They may not see it or believe it, but yes, they do. You can say that we as a world are in a very vulnerable state right now. And in a vulnerable state right now, you're going to release movies that deals with cannibalism. Here we are. I mean, we are idolizing or putting someone like Jeffrey Dahmer on a pedestal. And I don't give a damn what those producers, directors say. That's not what we meant to do. That's what's being done. You know, I'm just fearing this Halloween that one of the costumes out there is going to be a Jeffrey Dahmer costume. But you do have to look at people's motives and intentions. And a lot of times with the movie industry, it is not there just to entertain. It is there to implant, to sway, to give you these subliminal messages right there, to go out and do something. So let's just be glad that this Lauren Dooley was caught in her tracks, because who knows how many more victims she would have accumulated. Who knows if this could not have been or would have been the 22, or maybe even farther. She could have gone to 2023, 2024. Her reign of terror could have lasted for years. But guess what? We'll never know. But that is a good thing. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty. And I will see you all beyond and through.